As I said before, it's much easier to find the bandha activation in stillness than in movement. So one way we can find some idea of this is root the tops of your toes down, especially into your toenails, and press your hands down. So rooting your feet in any way is a version of Mulabandha. It's maybe not total activation, but it gives you a doorway in. And as you inhale, go ahead and drop your belly. And today you might even soften your belly to go into a deeper back bend. And also so that you can feel the effects of, as you exhale to cat pose, pulling navel to spine, pressing your feet down. Go slowly enough that you can find these ideas. Inhale, moving forward through a tabletop into a back bend, spinal extension, softening your belly. And maybe it takes you a couple breaths to find it. And then press your feet and hands down, especially your top toes, down as you exhale to cat. If you want to add the idea of the Mulabandha, Uddiyana Bandha idea, as you exhale, press your feet down and find the zip up from pubic bone to belly button and maybe even higher up. If you can add stopping the flow of 1 or 2 to that idea, you might find it more at the top of cat pose. When you're all the way in the pose, it might be easier to find that. If your breath isn't long enough to do 1 breath per move, then do 2 breaths per move. I mean, you can always come into the cat pose and pause for a moment, hold cat pose, take an inhale in cat pose, and then take another exhale and see if you can find the deeper bandha work if you're loving that idea. 1 more round. We're going to hold cat pose. Now, not necessarily a bandha activation, but if you lift your knees up, you're just making the pose a little deeper. And you could still add the idea and squeeze ankles to the midline, hold for 4. Lower everything down, exhale, release, give yourself a moment in child's pose to let the work settle in. Good. Now add your block between your thighs, and let's take that same work into just a couple other poses that are more still so that we have the chance to find the work. Press your hands down, draw your shoulder blades apart, spin your biceps forward, zip up your low belly, tuck your toes, exhale, lift your hips to a down dog. So I'm just going to align the upper body, biceps lift up, inner hands and arms reach forward, outer hands and arms wrap down towards the earth a little bit to spread the shoulder blades, so upper back is broad, neck is long. Hug your block in and move it back. That's the action of the legs. I could say turn your thighs into the block and move it back. That's also the action of the legs. I could say hug the block in, turn the thighs in, and pull your heels apart. That's also the action of the legs. So now I've added the feet in, which in theory gives us some of this Mulabandha, for sure, root chakra idea, as we're getting the feet activated. And if your heels are down, you can even lift your toes up to activate further. Good, everybody. All right, from here, take 3 breaths, exhale, zip up pubic bone to navel, and or if you want to add navel to diaphragm. Inhale, relax your belly. Use that technique or try exhale, imagining stopping, going 1 and then 2. Let the energy rise from the pelvic floor to the upper belly. We're going to do it 1 more time. Great. If you need a break, take a child's pose. If you want to challenge yourself, shift forward to a full or a half plank, putting your knees down. We're only doing 3 breaths, I promise. Lift out of your hands. On your exhale, hug your thighs in. Zip up your low belly to your belly button. Inhale, exhale, zip up pelvic floor, low belly, upper belly. Inhale, exhale, imagine stopping 1 and then 2. Harder pose, harder to find it. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Lower your knees. Move your block out of your way or up towards the top of your mat for later use. Come back to child's pose. Take 3 breaths. Let the work go. Let the work settle. Shift back onto your heels. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's take a little more flow. We've been really steady. We've been really soft. Let's take a little more flow. And if you can, along the way, if you want to find it, I'll give you times when I think, oh, this is a good time to do it. Come back to down dog. But let go of the idea. Now, we've really activated. We've really worked on it. You don't have to keep bringing it in unless it feels good to you. Walk all the way up to the top of the mat or hop. What's nice about hopping to the top of the mat is, again, it recruits some of that same idea just by virtue of having to hop up. You don't have to think about it. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, half lift. As you exhale, fold in deep. Squeeze your ankles in as you rise up. Great, Penny. Gorgeous, Deborah, hands to heart. As you inhale, like we started practice, arms overhead, heels lift up. So we did this lying down. Now we're doing it harder standing up. As you exhale, lower your heels. Hands come through the midline. Forward fold. As you inhale, I like to lengthen from my thighs to come up a little higher. It's easier on the back. As you exhale, fold in deep. As you inhale, think squeezing your inner thighs together and pulling your heels apart to activate your legs. Rising up, hands to heart. Good, David. As you inhale, arms overhead, heels lift up, balancing Tadasana. As you exhale, lower your heels, bring your arms to the floor, drop your head. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold in deep. We've got one more and then we're adding on. Squeeze your legs in, pull your heels apart, rise all the way up. Exhale. Remember, all these ideas I'm giving you, you don't have to do them. I'm just giving you ideas. Reach your arms up, heels lift. Exhale, forward fold, heels lower. Inhale, long spine, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands right foot, then left foot, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Find the alignment, arms long, hips high, thighs reaching back, belly toning. Stay and hold this pose for 5 breaths if you're skipping plank, chaturanga, cobra. Otherwise, inhale forward to plank or half plank, lower through, draw your elbows back. Roll your shoulders back first and then come in. Now here's a time. In any of your cobra poses or up dogs, press your feet down to find that engagement. Roll over your feet or tuck your toes as you exhale back to down dog. You can walk up, and I'm going to teach the hop. Inhale, lift your hips, bend your knees. Usually this is done exhale. At the end of your exhale, when your belly's already toned, then you lightly hop to the top of the mat. Good, Stevie Ann. Yeah, you can do a few hops. Once you're there, inhale, lengthen your spine, half lift. Exhale, fold in deep. Press into your feet, rise all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. Good. Interlace your hands, flip your palms to the sky, lift up. Good. A little quick activation before we take second side. As you exhale, press your feet down, zip up, pubic bone to low belly. As you inhale, relax your belly. As you exhale, pull your heels apart. Lift pubic bone to low belly to upper belly. As you inhale, relax. One more. As you exhale, imagine you're stopping the flow of 1 and then 2. Great. Release the hands, reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, left foot, then right foot. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take the time to come to, this is probably one of the poses with the most things you got to think about, right? Because both feet and hands are down. So are your arms long? Are your outer shoulders wrapping? Are you engaging the scapula towards your rib cage, feeling that tone around the armpits or the upper back or even your chest? Are you lifting your hips? Do you need to bend your knees to lift your hips? Don't forget to tone the belly. Stay in the pose or shift forward to full or half plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Let your hips come down. Find shoulders rolling back before you decide if you're pulling into an up dog or a cobra. Gorgeous, Sid. Press your inner hands down on the transition back to downward facing dog. Take another full breath.